and literally broke my mouse button. My mouse button is now sticking, and I'm going to have to go get a new mouse. But, I mean, in my defense, I only use $10 mice. They're like garbage mice from work. So, let's see what we get here. Oh. I think we're okay volume-wise. Let's see, what do we want here? I used to play Excitebike. My neighbor had this. My next door neighbor had Excitebike for the NES. And I think that might have been the first place. Oh, jeez Louise. It might have been the first place that I ever saw it. That can't be right. Man, I was trying to do a cool wheelie. But I remember that the NES, I think I've talked about this, but the NES was, I'll turn this down. It's not loud for you guys, but it's super loud in my ears. Alright, there we go, sorry. I was, as you know, a Commodore 64 kid. And the best thing about the Commodore 64, other than the fact that it was the greatest computer of all time, was the fact that you could get free games every day. Like every day, I would call BBS's. Oh no. Yeah, I was going to hit that guy. Oh, come on. And I would download free games. Yeah. And so when my next door neighbor got an NES, it was obvious to me that the games were better than the Commodore 64. But the problem with that was that not the problem, but the problem for him. Hold on, let me beat these guys. Oops, right through the sand pit there. Was that he had to pay like $30, $40, $50 for a game, right? So, Excitebike was better than anything I had on the Commodore 64. It was so good. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I forgot that Gizmo was back there. Gizmo was back there because of this week's Rando Rob, which if you're not following Rando Rob, you need to go to youtube.com/Rob O'Hara, where every day I talk about an item that I have. What can we... You know what? These are all Nintendo games, right? So let's see if there's something Nintendo related on the Pixo screen. Well, there's Mario. There's a thing. These are all Mario. There's a Nintendo 64. There's Luigi. Flying. There's Kirby. All right. Let's just pick one and move on with this. Let me go over to... Oh, boy. Oh, you know what? Well, this isn't quite the right generation, but we'll go with that. How's that? So, boy, you're not telling me nothing. I'm behind on everything. So on Rando Rob on this week, I pull out... So on Rando Rob, if you don't watch Rando Rob, I pull out something that I own of my vast collection of weird things that I own. And many of you know that I collect vintage lunchboxes. And so when I started searching for, when I decided I was going to start collecting vintage lunchboxes, I'm talking about the metal ones from the 80s, I was using Google, and I started looking for the Gremlins lunchbox. And a search hit came back for something that was for sale. Let me unplug these for a second. And a result came up, and it was not for a vintage lunchbox of the Gremlins. It was for an oil painting someone had done of the Gremlins lunchbox. And I thought, well, that's something I need to own in my life. So this is a original oil painting that some stranger did of the Gremlins lunchbox. It's a very weird three-dimensional angle. I don't know that it's actually from this universe based on the way that the background tile is. It is a copy of what's on the Gremlins lunchbox, but it's a somewhat... there's some artistic license in it. Let's put it that way. So instead of the lunchbox, which I also do own the lunchbox now, but I also own a painting of the lunchbox, which is one of the stranger things that I own in my collection, which is why I had Gizmo back there on the screen. Oh no. That's not good when you clicked off the window. So anyway, the thing was that I recognized that the games looked better. But you had to pay for them, which was also something that needed to be recognized, right? But I do remember that he owned Excitebike, and what a fun game. And as far as I was concerned, it was 100% identical to the arcade. Now, it's really not. If you've played the arcade version and you played the NES version, there are some subtle differences, and of course, the NES version has the track editor, so you can create your own tracks. But man, what a game. What a fun game. There's not much to the physics. Obviously, the goal of a jump is to land with your tires flat. That is the ideal angle for you not to bounce. You want to hit those little chevron arrows to recool your heater. You have your regular acceleration, and then you have a turbo acceleration, and then you can wipe out other riders. So if you clip their front tire, you will make them fall, and if your front tire hits anybody, then you will fall, depending on how bad the fall is how far off the track you will end up, and then you have to mash the buttons really quickly in order to make it back to your motorcycle. So definitely not the world's deepest gameplay. And then, just like any good racing game, if you qualify to go to the next round, if you don't qualify, then you're gone. Hey, Adam. Yeah, Kickstart is a great game. All of our friends from the UK will probably laugh at me, but I was like in my 40s when I discovered. By the way, these are little things that will make your motorcycle flip over. I was in my 40s when I realized that Kickstart was actually a real television program. Kickstart, of course, this would have predated YouTube, so that was not a program that ever aired in the U.S. And, oh, come on, dum-dum. Get on that bike. And what shocked me even more than that was the first time I saw Kickstart on YouTube, and it played the theme song, and it's the theme song from the game Kickstart, and I was blown away. I was like, I can't believe it's the song. It's the Kickstart song. I was just absolutely dumbfounded. I had no idea. Yeah, NES definitely had the Commodore 64 beat in terms of, the 2 buttons. And, that's something that, no matter, oh boy, get back to your bike, you dum-dum. No matter what they do, they're never going to, now you can kind of bounce off your front wheel and get a little bit of clearance. Things are not going well for me here. You can get one bounce off the front wheel before you flip over. Bad landings all around. Let's see if I can. Move. Not a good time. Not going to lie. Too long on the front wheel. Let's see, you can kind of clear that little area there, like that. Let's see if I got enough time left. No, not if I'm going to do that. Not, stalled out, it's no good. Did not do it. Kick the can down the road, little versus Excitebike. Man, he didn't make it. Oh, I put extra quarters in. Let's go down here. What does this get me? Oh, I just hit hard, but I'm on the same level, which is even worse. Why would I do that? Why on earth would I do that? And the thing about, there's a lot of memorization to this game because it's not always about going as fast as possible, because it's always about where you land. It's always about where you land. There we go. My friend who had his NES, he had, my next door neighbor had his NES, he had, of course, Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, right, which everybody had. And then, and he had this, and he had Double Dribble, which was, maybe not the world's best basketball game, but the thing that I always loved about Double Dribble was that it had really bad speech synthesis at the beginning, if you remember, and we always made fun of it, and we called that game Bubble Brebo. At the very beginning, you would turn it on and it would go, Bubble Brebo. And we were just sure Double Dribble was spelled with the letter B. That was better. Oh, man. It backfired on me. Bad karma. Had to avoid that dude. Come on. Oh. Well, he beat the level. Seems possible. Oh! Oh! Look at that. Bubble Brebo. Woo, baby. That deserves some initials on there. Oh boy. Oh, see, I went too far. So, like I said, it's all about timing your landings. All right, after this, once I die on this one, we're going to move on to another versus Nintendo game. Ooh, this is a hard level. You got to determine, are you going high or are you going low? See, I shouldn't have cleared that. Oh, I shouldn't have counted. Nah. When you die in like the slow areas, you're in trouble. Man, I think I'll probably still qualify. Maybe. Barely. Yeah, I forgot that the NES one doesn't have the bonus level. But it does have the level designer, which kind of makes up for it. Why did I do that? Stupid. Well, this is going nowhere in a hurry. See, like when it starts you there, like you're never going to get that. Can't move now. That guy is blocking my way. Bad news, Kemosabe's. Well, yeah, I deserve that one. And that was Excitebike versus Excitebike for the arcade Nintendo system. I did have the large stand-up Nintendo versus machine that I had Excitebike. That was the whole reason that I bought it.